Welcome to this happy next chapter moment video with Coach Jamie Smith. Short videos to help you create lasting happiness from the inside out.
Are you somebody who has a big dream or a big goal or something that you really want, and you're kind of worried about, like, when is it actually gonna happen? When is it gonna be made manifest? And maybe you've heard spiritual teachers say, just let it go and let God, just surrender it all, or just allow. And then you're like, but how? Well, today I'm gonna teach you 5 easy steps to help you release doubt, step into a higher vibration, and manifest with ease and joy. Hi, my name's Jamie Smith, and I am a certified Happy for No Reason trainer and the founder of the Happy Next Chapter Hub. And before I go into the tips, I just want to share a quick story on a practical level of how this I just had this realization of when I was practicing that. When I was 22 years old, it's a few years ago, I had been laid off from being a flight attendant. And it was just, I knew it was only for a few months, but I needed to get a job. So for about a month, I had been hitting the pavement looking for a job, and I couldn't find anything. Can anyone relate? So I was doing, all the things, applying here, applying there, hitting the pavement. I was looking for a retail job at that time. I was going to store after store, nothing. And I got to this point where I was obviously sad. This is not about spiritual bypassing. I needed to feel my feelings. And then I don't know what happened, but I just got to this moment, even before I knew these tips. So I just got to this point where I was like, because I think I had like $100 left in my name. And I remember just going to a coffee shop and going to myself, I can't find anything. I guess it means I need to move back home with my parents. And you know what, if I had to do that, it wasn't the end of the world. And I just was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm just done looking. And I let it go. I just let it go. I just kind of was like done with the worry of what was going to happen. I just didn't want to think about it anymore. So I decided to go for a coffee and a croissant. And I'm just sitting there at peace, just enjoying this. I was living in Toronto at the time, just enjoying this coffee shop, like literally without a care in the world. And then probably when I had just about finished my coffee, I heard Jamie, and I looked up, and it was this woman that I knew from Montreal. Her name was Deborah. She's like, what are you doing here? I said, oh, well, I live here now. I got laid off from being a flight attendant. I'm looking for a job. I can't find anything. And she goes, oh my God, Jamie, well, I live in Toronto now too. I remember her from Montreal. We both used to work in retail at different stores back in Montreal, back in the day. And I said, really? Well, she's like, yeah, I'm looking for an assistant manager position at Guess Jeans. Are you still interested in a retail position? I'm like, that's what I'm looking for. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, this is meant to be. I get goosebumps just talking about it. So I said, well, how do I apply? She's like, well, I can interview you right now if you want. Let's go back to the store. So it wasn't far from the coffee shop as well. So we walk a few blocks, go into the Guess Jeans store. She interviewed me and hired me on the spot. I got a clothing allowance. I was the assistant manager. I'd never been an assistant manager before. She trained me. And then I became the store manager of Guess Jeans. Anyway, it was just amazing. And I thought, wow, that was so interesting. So this is how manifesting works. We do need to get out of our own way. A lot of times when we want something so badly, which is normal, we're kind of like gripping. This is something I learned from spiritual teacher Toja Silver. When you're gripping, and you can even do this if you're watching the video, just take your fist and do that, then it's hard to actually receive the blessing, the unexpected blessings that the universe is always trying to bring our way. Another thing you could say is like kind of stepping on a pipe, like a pipeline of blessings. You're stepping on it. And by practicing surrendering, which I'm going to give you some practices, it's like taking your foot off of the hose or the pipeline to allow those blessings to come our way. So here are 5 simple practices that you can practice right now. And I invite you to pick one to start practicing over the next few days, and then move on to the others at a later time. Okay, so here are 5 easy steps to help you release doubt and get into the flow of magic and miracles, okay? So step number 1 is to practice the 3-step manifestation formula, which is really easy to remember, and you can write it down. It's intention, attention, and no tension. Now, most of us are really good at setting intentions. And if you haven't set an intention for your goal, set an intention. It just makes things deeper, it brings you into the heart space and more aligned with what your soul truly wants rather than the ego, right? Intention and then attention, giving it attention. That's where you actually take action. That's where you send out the resumes if you're looking for a job or whatever actions you need to take. But step number 3 is really the most misunderstood step. It's that space of no tension. And it sounds really counterintuitive, doesn't it? Because when you want something so badly, you're grasping and you're worried, like you feel like, well, I shouldn't relax about this because, that's really irresponsible. But it's actually one of the kind of the best things that we can do for our health and for manifestation. So start practicing no tension, whatever that means for you, whether it's meditating, going out in nature. Just start scanning your body throughout the day, noticing, oh my God, I'm noticing I'm holding on here. Because if you're holding on in your body, you're holding on in your mind and you're blocking manifestation. So just, you don't have to be perfect about it, but just start practicing that throughout the day. The next thing is to keep an evidence journal. This is something I learned when I did my law of attraction training. Start being a proof finder. Start looking for evidence of the way that the universe is, wanting your dreams to come true. Kind of like looking out for little breadcrumbs. So anytime I attract anything that's in alignment with my desires, big or small, whether it's something in the outside world, like bumping into Deborah at the coffee shop, or if it's just an internal shift, like, you know what, I'm just not worrying about it and I feel okay. And I celebrate that, which brings me to the next step, and that is to start practicing radical celebration. So once you become a proof finder and you notice evidence, write it down and then just celebrate it. That doesn't mean you have to down a bottle of wine every time you attract something good. But what that means is that you start practicing what my mentor Marcy Shimoff calls radical celebration. We need to get into the habit of practicing radical celebration because the law of attraction has a 2-word job description, and that's just to match our vibrations. And so celebrating is a positive vibration, and then the universe goes, oh, I get it. They want to celebrate, and then starts to bring us more to celebrate. So let's get in the habit of practicing radical celebration. The next step is just to keep yourself in a high vibration, whatever that means for you. Looking for the good, breathing, praying, drinking lots of water, whatever it takes for you, speaking to a friend. This doesn't mean I don't believe in spiritual bypassing. If it's really challenging, sometimes the best thing to do to stay in a high vibration is to reach out to a friend or a therapist or someone to talk to, okay, or journaling our feelings, okay? But do whatever it takes to let it go, to release, and to stay in a high vibration. And the last step is to practice what spiritual teacher Tosha Silver calls offering. And I really love this. And I'm not an expert in it, so for more on offering, you can go to YouTube and search Tosha Silver offering and learn more about really how to offer. But it's where you take not only your desires, but you also take your worries, you take your fears, and you literally give it to the universe. You kind of say, okay, universe, you figure this one out because I'm done here. I've tried everything I could do. I set my intention, I took action, and now I'm handing it all to you. I let it go and I offer it to you. If this is truly in my highest good, then show me the way, show me the sign, show me the next step. I'm open to a miracle here. Bring me a miracle, whatever, but you completely let it go and offer it. And it takes practice to do that, but for more on offering, go check out Tosha Silver on YouTube. So I hope those 5 steps have helped you to feel a little bit better. And I hope they help you to stop grasping, open your palms to start receiving with ease our dreams, the dreams from our soul, the dreams that are truly meant for us can really manifest very quickly. So start practicing these. Let me know which one in the comment section you are going to start practicing right away, and let me know what opens up for you. And I'll see you in the next Happy Next Chapter moment video. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to this Happy Next Chapter moment video with Coach Jamie Smith. Short videos to help you create lasting happiness from the inside